Okay guys, so hello and welcome back to a new episode. It is lovely to see you again. Well, in tonight's one, I'm giving my personal opinions on silver for the next few days. And of course, if you're wondering which silver this is, it is SLV or iShares Silver Trust. So of course, looking at this one over the past few days, we've seen a lot of volatility. Since about the 26th of January, we've seen highs of plus 13%, which doesn't sound like a lot, guys, in comparison to some of the other stocks which we look at or some of the other things that we look at on the channel. But we do need to bear in mind, this is silver. It's not something which really breaks out like this very often, and of course there is good reason for that, and people are anticipating this one going up a bit further in the future. Well, of course, in tonight's episode, I'm giving all of my personal opinions for tomorrow only, and of course the next few days. This one's not going to be a long-term look at this one, it's just going to be a short-term approach for the next few days. And of course, if you do want to see a bit more of a long-term approach, I can definitely do that in a future episode, so feel free to tell me down in the description. But in this one, we just look at this one and giving my personal predictions for the next few days or so. If that sounds like a plan, guys, if it is still something that you'll enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe, as we are trying to grow the channel, and there is no better way to tell me that you enjoy the videos than leaving a like and subscribing. And of course, please remember that I am not a financial advisor, and this is all just my personal opinion, so please make sure to do your own research and absolutely do not follow me blindly, because of course it is my opinion and things can be incorrect. But with that being said, we're going to jump straight into the video. So guys, yeah, silver shares have basically been rocketing quite a lot over the past few days, and of course that is due to a lot of retail investors looking into this stock, or at least into this commodity. Looking at this one over the past few days, we've seen a similar pattern to what we have seen with Nokia stock, where we saw an initial pop in the stock's price, taking us from about $25 all the way up to about $30 in a short period of time, and then of course a bit of a sell-off afterwards. And if we of course look over the past month, we can see, yes, we are in the green, but only by 1%, which is of course not that big overall, but people are still speculating that the move could continue. Now of course, in my personal opinion, I think it's not a bad thing that silver is popping. Obviously a lot of people have been paying attention to a lot of different stocks at the minute. Silver is a commodity which has been rocketing quite a bit due to similar reasons, a lot of hype in the company, or at least in the stock, or at least in the commodity. I don't even know what to call this one, but yeah, it has had a lot of attention recently. Not the worst thing in the world, because you can still make money off hype, that is definitely true. I think in the next few days we're going to see quite a lot of important action when it comes to predictions for the price of SLV. So of course, basically guys, if we were to see this one increase a bit tomorrow, I would definitely see it as some potential to break back up to hopefully a new high, or at least a decent point to make some profits. But overall guys, silver, or at least SLV itself, at the minute is definitely more of a speculative play in my personal view. I think yes, the potential is still definitely there, but obviously it is still risky. A lot of people are saying that the hype could also die out, but of course a lot of people are also bullish on this one. So my personal opinions, my personal views for tomorrow is, if we were to see this one increase in price, it could be an indication of good things to come. And honestly guys, if you are willing to speculate, maybe it's not worth maybe it is worth buying one or two shares of this one. But obviously guys, it is still more of a speculative play. Silver overall though, as an investment, isn't that bad. Obviously over the more long-term period, we can see that silver prices have been increasing pretty steadily over the past year. And of course there are good reasons for that, and silver is actually at an all-time high right now, I do believe, and there is still potential for it to break higher if it does get a bit more attention, and that is definitely something which is possible. But honestly guys, if you are going to be going into silver in the next few days, I would personally be looking at this one as a long-term investment, as the potential growth for that is there. It is still definitely a decent portfolio diversifier, but on the other hand, we could still see some big growth in the next few days. So personally, in my opinion, the next few days are going to be key. It could definitely make or break the price, and I think, you know what guys, if we are to see another few days of increasing, it could definitely be an indication of good things to come. But obviously silver is a very speculative play at the minute. It's getting a lot of hype, and it could still sell off in a similar way. But I think the sell off from the initial highs up here of about 25% up are actually over in my personal view. So I would be expecting this one to be pretty flat for the next few days at the worst, and of course at the best see some big increases, hopefully taking us to a similar point in price. So yeah guys, a lot of potential there for silver, but either way I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think it is still a more speculative play if you are going for those big profits, but honestly there is still some room there. So of course that's my personal views. If you want to see some in-depth analysis on this one, you can of course make sure to tell me down in the description. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And with that being said, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye until then.